Hey, this will be a video chart on the USO, the United States Oil Fund. This is what we use to track the oil sector. There's many different vehicles out there that you can use, but we've been just tracking the USO as we kind of find that most helpful. But I want to get it updated as spring is right around the corner. Trying to kind of forecast if we're going to have the usual higher gas prices in the summer, or if there's any sort of chance where the gas prices might stay the same. And obviously, gas prices are best checked with the price of oil. The higher a barrel of oil goes, the more gas costs at the pump. So we did have a nice pullback here, and we were all loving the cheap gas prices. But then when the market started to bounce, that meant that oil was also bouncing. So we're in kind of one of those situations right now where whenever oil is going up, usually the market's going up. Today is kind of an exception. The markets are down about 55 at the time of this video. It's 3:40 p.m. Eastern time, but oil is actually up, 1.28%. So it's bucking the trend today, but for the most part, oil has been following the main markets. This video won't be anything spectacular. Just want to get support resistances updated and then kind of map out where some potential areas oil could go before really facing any sort of resistance from possibly getting knocked back down. So right now the chart is doing battle with this area of resistance right here. You can see that twice the prices come up here and bounce off this area. Today it's gotten above it and is still kind of flirting right around this area. I wouldn't quite call this a clean break yet, but looking down here at volume, it is basically above average. Nothing huge, but compared to what the norm has been, it's a little bit above. And what may be happening now the rest of this week is a continued push up. It did drop down here, as you can see by the slower tail, but by where we are now, the bulls were able to push it back up there. So right now we are doing battle as we speak with this resistance level. If that one does fall, then we have the next resistance level right up here where you can see this batch of previous highs. Back in late December, early January, the price of oil tried to do its best to get up through this area, could not quite do it. You can see about 4 days in a row flirted right around this area before really getting hammered down, and we haven't been up there since. But if this upwards action continues, I don't think it'll be long before we're giving this area a test. And if that one can fall, then the next area of resistance is basically the all-time highs that we've had in a long time. Obviously, a few summers ago, we remember where oil really skyrocketed. But for recent memory, this would be one of the highs that we haven't seen in a while. Going back, you can see since the bounce, we hit that, pulled back, was making an attempt here but couldn't quite do it. So these are going to be the three areas of resistance, and at the end of the day, if we start to get closes and pull away from this level right here, that's going to be one of those things where we can all expect a nice summer of higher gas prices. Hopefully, though, at least my fingers are crossed. If anything, we come up here, test this area, and get rejected back down, and maybe do a channeling thing throughout the summer. That way, gas prices will stay at least halfway decent. But overall, the trend is still going to the bulls. You can see we have our increasing 200-day simple moving average. The 50-day is choppy back and forth. So medium term, the trend is kind of neutral, but longer term, we are still slightly sloping upwards, although it is beginning to go neutral a little bit, but I'm still going to give the nod to the uptrend. But really the key thing to watch is going to be these resistance levels. If the price can keep pushing through these, then that's just going to represent oil getting more and more momentum behind it and strength. And maybe if you're long oil, you want to see that, but I prefer to hopefully be paying cheaper prices at the pump, but we'll have to see what happens. But overall, today hopefully isn't the start to any sort of bigger move, but I wouldn't be surprised after today's volume and the way it's acting around this price level to see this level up here get tested pretty quickly. And then if that level fails, then we're really narrowing towards a potential blast off point where oil could really start to shoot up to new highs. We'll just have to sit back and see how it unfolds for now. If you do have any other questions on the oil sector or the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, which has been getting good reviews, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big boards. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. It's all free, so it's worth at least signing up and giving a try. One more time, this was the United States Oil Fund, USO. Thanks for listening.